Hello everyone and welcome back to the Story Nook. Go ahead, grab your tea, your hot cocoa, your coffee, whatever it is you want to drink. And we're going to dive into some tales from tech support. So let's go ahead. I've got 4 stories. I believe all of them, all but one, are from Tales from Tech Support. The other is from Tales of the Front Desk. And we're going to go ahead and read these. So yeah. This first story comes from user UV Light. I am not IT, but I can still attempt to fix things. I have seen several "is this power on?" and "do not believe the user until you verify" tales here, but never experiences these myself until now. I have a specialist printer in a booth that is connected to a dedicated PC. All cables run behind the screen in a covered panel under the desk to an enclosed box or into a box embedded into the desk. My coworker was confused as the screen was not detecting HDMI 1. He was fiddling HDMI 2 in the desk box and trying to plug it back into the screen, crafting a loop. First thing I ask, is the computer turned on? He said, yes, it is on. At this, I go under the desk to open the box, as I will need to fill the cables are firmly in. What do I see? There is no power light on the tower. I press the power button and turn the machine on while telling my coworker, get out from under the desk and switch the source to the now active HDMI 1. The Dell splash screen and progress bar is showing, and my coworker is face-palming and calling himself an idiot. I can now add this to my unofficial office rules. I am not a tech support or IT, but for my team, I am the IT king, as I can excel enough to do conditional formatting, create shortcuts to specific web pages, and know enough to do a ping test before calling the real experts when the internet goes down. And so yeah, that happens often when everyone in the office figures out, oh, you know a little bit about IT? Well, we're gonna come to you with all our problems now. Our next story is from the same user, and it's a continuation. It's a part 2. He did it again, but differently. The printer was giving an error none of us have seen before. He even rang the supplier to ask them for help. Apparently, they do not know that the error code meant. He asked me to look at it. The error was about connectivity. This specialist printer is in 2 discrete units that need to be perfectly aligned to pass the plastic blank from one side to the other, so my first idea was that they were not in line with each other. No luck. I then checked the wiring going into both parts of the printer and noticed there is a missing power light on one side, but it is turned on. I traced the power cable to find the printer is unplugged. Someone had unplugged one side to plug in a laptop at some point and had not plugged it back in when they left. He now had his laptop plugged into the now spare socket without thinking why there was a loose plug on the ground. I told him I would be posting this, and he said, fair enough. And he's right. Very, very much fair enough. And always hilarious when, like, these tiny little inconvenient things happen. Our next story is by user Obadiah Maverick, called Counterproductive Pseudoscience. Head of HR contacts us saying her laptop keeps shutting down for no reason, frequently right in the middle of her doing things. I go to her office and sit down, start typing away, moving the mouse around, wiggling the laptop, unplugging it and plugging it back in, but whatever I do, it just keeps going. I tell her, let me know if it happens again. I'll be waiting right down the hall. As soon as I sit down, she calls me to say it shut down again. I find a time when I can take it to my cube for a while and fire up every application I can, all at once, load up large files, run load tests for an hour or so, still just fine. I take it back to her office and swap out the power adapter and dock. As soon as I get back to my cube, she contacts me and says it shut down again. I'm at a loss. I figure I'll try swapping her hard drive into another laptop tomorrow. That night, I'm lying in bed. I don't know why it came to my mind, but it suddenly struck me that these laptops use a magnet in the lid to detect when the lid is shut and trigger the system to sleep. I wonder, the next day, guess what? I go to her office and she's wearing a beady bracelet. I ask her if those are magnets. Yes, it's for their magical healing properties. I have her rest her wrist on the laptops. It goes to sleep. I explain that she has to not wear her magic bracelets while using the computer. Isn't that just the thing? She's just like, it's magic. It's good for me. And poor OP is just like, oh my god, so this is what's happening. It's hopefully, like, she understands after a quick explanation that, hey, the magnets put their laptop to sleep. Hello, Internet, and welcome back. We're just gonna go ahead and read the story I began reading last time before my husband showed up. And I'm just probably gonna tack it on to the end. But this one is from Tales from the Front Desk, and it's by Remarkable Panda 952. Now, just a heads up, this one is marked hashtag not safe for work. So, I don't know what all is gonna come into. It's a hotel, so I'm pretty sure lots of stupid shenanigans. So, feel free to just bounce at this point if you want and go watch another video. Feel free. And you all have a good day. But if you're here, go ahead, grab your tea, your coffee, all that good stuff like I did at the beginning of this video before editing. And we're going to continue onward. Also, sorry for any noticeable audio quality differences. Even though, like, I'm in the same car, the same mic, the same computer. Sometimes the audio quality is different. So, yeah. Hotel wedding that didn't last the day. 20 plus years ago, having a large number of meeting/convention rooms, we fairly regularly had weddings held at our hotel. Most were just the normal drama, drunk guests and noise complaints. The first wedding I experienced at the hotel, I wasn't even a full week into the job, and was also the one that I think takes the Wedding Drama Award. This wedding had multiple sales managers handling things for it, which is unusual. I didn't recognize the names associated with the wedding, and it's not like our area didn't have a wide variety of beautiful wedding venues, particularly with what they were spending. Maybe they were paranoid about weather? Who knows? One of the strangest things is that they wanted their own hand-picked chef to lead the catering for the wedding. We had a full restaurant in the hotel, and an excellent head chef, but they paid enough to get their way, i.e., the hotel hired this chef on contract for a couple of weeks. I didn't even know he was just hired for this wedding at first, and one time in back of house I got lost and asked him if he knew how to get back to the restaurant/bar doors. And thus, to the desk, he told me, how the hell should I know, and walked off. Banquet staff had nothing nice to say about him either. Day of the wedding, mother of the bride checks in the wedding party. They are smart enough, or the sales managers at least, to reserve the rooms for the night before, as well as they were in at 8:30 a.m. Mother of the bride doesn't seem super happy. She was perfectly nice to us, just seemed distressed. Afternoon comes, wedding starts, everything seems to be proceeding like a normal wedding, other than the groom be 15 minutes late to his call time. Isn't the bride supposed to be the one that needs extra time to get ready? Ceremony happens. They move to the room they are having the reception in. Groom is MIA again. Mother of the bride goes to look for him. Her name is on all the rooms, so can't say no to her requesting a key to the room the men were getting ready in. A short while later, groom has returned along with the mother of the bride. Reception goes on, dinner is then starting to be served, and guess what? Two are MIA again. This time, members of the bridal party are asking for our assistance to find them. All of us are thinking that groom and mother of the bride are, getting it on. That happened at another wedding at the hotel, but not what was going on here. Oh, really? That's what I figured. A few moments later, the sales manager is calling the desk, asking if we've seen their wedding party's private chef. He disappeared just as dinner was being served. Banquet hasn't handled as the guy really didn't seem to know how to manage the large dinner anyway. But can't have the guy who is being paid to be in charge of the meal up and disappearing. It isn't the first time today he's disappeared either. Is the groom and the chef dating? Are they secretly dating? Everyone shows back up at the same time, everyone eats, and it is time to cut cake. Guess who is not there? This time, the bride is pissed, on the verge of tears, and leaves the reception, stomps up to the front asking if we've seen groom or mother of the bride. At this point, I think she thinks they are getting busy with each other too. We've not seen them, but our VP assures her that he will go look too. As she said, they were last seen going for the doors in the reception that led to back of house. By the time she gets back to reception, groom is back, but not mother of the bride. Ooh, that's not good. They cut the cake, groom disappears again. The restaurant manager has stepped in for the private chef to direct dessert service, and is pissed that he is still MIA. Back of house was a maze with multiple kitchens, not all in use. Some were creepy. Dozens of random rooms, etc. Even after being there for a year, I was not comfortable going back of house off my normal path. VP finds groom, mother of the bride, and chef. Groom is on his knees in front of chef. We didn't get exact details of what was going on, but we knew. Mother of the bride is filming them. Unbeknownst to most of the bride's family, including the bride, is that mother of the bride ran some shady gay porn websites, and that the groom and chef worked for mother of the bride. Bride knew groom worked for her mom, but nothing beyond that. Mother of the bride felt that if they were paying so much money for the wedding, they could use some of the hotels as sets. Mother of the bride told VP all this to try and weasel their way out of the situation, and offered a hefty bribe to VP. VP told them if they left the room they were in, he'd call the cops for trespass and indecent exposure, and called on the radio for someone to bring the bride to where they were. I didn't see the aftermath, but sales told us the marriage certificate was not formally submitted. Oh, shoot. That did not take a turn I thought it would, which I'm just like, was that guy, was chef even a chef? Was he even a chef? That's something, or did she have him hired as the chef to just have him there as an actor, you know? But, alright. And that's this story. Thank you all for being here. You're all wonderful. I hope you all stay safe, healthy, all that good stuff. Leave a like if you liked the video to let me know if you want me to make more of these. And have a lovely day. Bye-bye!